Ever wonder why some people view the proverbial glass as half full, while others see it as half empty? It's a question that has sparked many debates and countless conversations, each with its own unique perspective. Some believe that it's a matter of upbringing, environment, or personal experience that shapes our mindset. Others suggest it's a deep-rooted characteristic embedded within our psyche. Let's dive deeper into this. Think about your everyday interactions. You might encounter people who always radiate positivity, their smiles as warm as a summer's day, their enthusiasm infectious. With every challenge they face, they respond with a distinctive upbeat attitude, seeing opportunities instead of obstacles. They are the ones we often label as optimists. On the other side of the spectrum, there are the ones who approach each day with caution. They scrutinize every situation, preparing for the worst, often expecting disappointments before they even happen. Their world is an array of pitfalls and problems waiting to happen. These are the people we usually identify as pessimists. Interestingly, both viewpoints have their merits. Optimists are known to have better stress management, improved health, and higher overall life satisfaction. Their positive outlook often acts as a buffer against depression, offering resilience in the face of adversity. They see the positive in everything, even in the most challenging situations. However, pessimists, with their cautious approach, tend to avoid unnecessary risks. They are meticulous planners, always prepared for any eventuality. This careful planning often results in fewer mistakes and less regret. Their negative outlook protects them from the disappointment of unmet expectations, which can indeed be a valuable trait in certain scenarios. So we find ourselves at a crossroads. Is optimism or pessimism the driving force behind success in life? The answer might not be as straightforward as it seems. Success is a complex construct, often influenced by a myriad of factors. Perhaps it's not the worldview alone that determines our success, but rather how we use it to navigate our life's journey. Now, let's paint a picture. A tropical island, palm trees swaying gently in the breeze, the sun kissing the azure sea. An optimist might say, "What a perfect day for a swim." A pessimist, on the other hand, might fret, "I hope I don't get sunburned." Isn't it fascinating, the same scenario but so drastically contrasting perspectives? This is what we find when we examine optimism and pessimism. Like two sides of a coin, they're not necessarily opposing forces but complementary ones that give depth to our human experience. Each perspective is not merely a lens through which we view the world, but a tool that equips us to deal with life's complex dynamics. Through the lens of an optimist, life's opportunities are endless. Through the lens of a pessimist, the risks are mitigated, and the potential for failure is minimized. Both viewpoints are valid and offer their unique insights into the myriad complexities of life. This, dear friends, is the crux of our discussion today, the contrasting worldviews of optimism and pessimism. Imagine a pair of twins, identical in every way, except for one thing, their outlook on life. Our story revolves around Ollie and Pete, who are mirror images of each other, but their perspective on life couldn't be more different. Ollie, let's call him the optimist, is a person who radiates positivity and has an inherent ability to find the silver lining in even the darkest clouds. Pete, on the other hand, is our pessimist, who can't help but focus on the negative and sees misfortune lurking around every corner. Ollie, our optimistic twin, has a unique way of looking at obstacles. For him, the presence of an obstacle does not signify a dead end, rather it provides an exciting new challenge for him to overcome. He sees each obstacle as a new puzzle to solve, a riddle to unravel, and this approach keeps his life filled with excitement and adventure. When faced with a locked door, Ollie doesn't see it as a hindrance. Instead, he perceives it as an opportunity to explore and discover new paths, maybe an open window or a secret passage. His optimistic mindset fuels his adventurous spirit, enabling him to view the world as a massive treasure hunt. Pete, our pessimistic twin, unfortunately, adopts a less enthusiastic approach towards life's challenges. Where Ollie sees opportunities, Pete finds difficulties and complications. Not one for adventures, the simple sight of a locked door can dampen his spirits. He might just sit down, lament his misfortune, and wait for someone to unlock the door. Rather than seeking alternative solutions, he might prefer to wallow in self-pity and despair. The locked door in this narrative is not merely a physical barrier, but serves as a powerful metaphor, encapsulating very essence of life's challenges. It represents the various hurdles we face in life, our reactions to which define our life paths. The method we choose to overcome these hurdles either mirrors Ollie's adventurous spirit or Pete's despairing attitude. Imagine if both our twins, Ollie and Pete, decide to embark on the entrepreneurial journey and start their own business. The journey of entrepreneurship is often likened to a roller coaster ride. It has its ups and downs, moments of thrill and moments of fear. How Ollie and Pete navigate this journey would be fundamentally driven by their distinct outlooks on life. Fueled by his optimism, Ollie might face business failures and setbacks with unwavering resilience. In his eyes, every failure is nothing but a stepping stone leading him closer to success. He learns from his mistakes, using them as tools for self-improvement and growth. His optimism serves as a guiding light in the darkest times, helping him move forward with hope and determination. Pete, however, might find the journey of entrepreneurship extremely challenging. With a tendency to focus on the negatives, a single setback could send his confidence toppling down. He might start to doubt his abilities, his plans, and could potentially be on the verge of giving up at the slightest sign of trouble. He might even give up at the first sign of trouble. So, you might ask, does this mean optimism always wins? Let's delve a bit deeper into this. It's a curious thing, this concept of optimism. We're told to keep our heads high, to always look at brighter side of things, to see the silver lining in every cloud. It's preached as the winning formula, the key to happiness and success. But is it so? Does optimism always triumph? To answer that, we need to look at its counterpart, pessimism. Often shrouded in a dark mist of negativity, pessimism has gained a rather gloomy reputation over time. It is commonly associated with defeat, sorrow, and failure. Is it really all that bad? Take our friend Pete, for example. He's what we'd call a pessimist, the kind of person who sees the glass half empty rather than half full, who often anticipates storms in the calmest of seas. You might think this makes him a downer, a killjoy, but in truth, Pete's pessimism also gives him a certain advantage. In life, Pete is like a seasoned chess player. He's strategic and meticulous, always thinking a few moves ahead. He sees the obstacles before they appear, prepares for the worst even in the best of times. This of foresight allows him to navigate through life's challenges with a plan to mitigate potential risks that others might overlook. Then we have our friend Ollie, the eternal optimist. Ollie, with his sunny disposition and his ever-present smile, rarely sees the bad in situations. He radiates positivity, and no hurdle is too high for him to overcome. But his optimism, while infectious, could also lead him to overlook potential pitfalls. He might miss the subtle signs of trouble brewing, leading to unexpected difficulties. So where does this lead us? With Pete and his pessimism on one side, and Ollie and his optimism on the other, who has the upper hand? Is it to be an optimist like Ollie or a pessimist like Pete? The answer, as it turns out, is not as straightforward as you might think. Life in all its complexity cannot be defined by a simple binary of optimism and pessimism. It's not about choosing one over the other. It's about finding a balance, a middle ground. A healthy dose of optimism can be a powerful driving force. It can motivate and inspire us, fueling our aspirations and dreams. It can help us see beyond the hurdles to focus on the potential rewards waiting at the finish line. On the other hand, a touch of pessimism can keep us grounded. It can serve as our reality check, preventing us from flying too close to the sun. It can help us anticipate and prepare for the many curveballs that life tends to throw our way. In essence, it's not about labeling yourself as an optimist, a pessimist. It's not about choosing to see the glass as half full or half empty. It's about recognizing that the way you perceive the world, your outlook, shapes your reality. It can influence your decisions, your actions, and ultimately, your journey to success. So, the next time you find yourself on a tropical island, whether you choose to enjoy the swim or worry about the sunburn, remember, it's all about perspective.